Hello, this is Julie from cuttercrafter.com. I made this gift for a friend who's getting married this weekend, and I thought maybe you would like to learn how to make something like this too. So I posted a free cutting font for this Regal split monogram TrueType font in my library at cuttercrafter.com, and I have shared it on my blog, along with instructions in a blog post how to use that project to make something like this with your choice of the letters and customization. But in this video I want to show you how to use that free TrueType font in your Cutter software. So what I'm going to do is open my InVue software from Pazzles and show you how to use the free font. So first, go download the font and then open your software. So I'm going to open the InVue software, and here I'm going to show you how to do a monogram using the letter F, which is, for my family, Flanagan. So it'll look like this, but I'm going to open a new page, make it 12 by 12, and show you step by step how to use the Regal split monogram font in the Pazzles InVue software. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on the T, the text, and I'll go to the preview button, and in this bottom window I'm just going to type F because that's what I want to use for this monogram. So then you can specify a height. I'm just going to click apply and then resize it when I get in here. But I forgot to show you how to select the font, so I'm going to try that again. I already had it selected. An alternative way is to just click on the screen, click the T first, and then click on your screen, and then go up to this window here which lists all your fonts. So you're going to scroll down to Regal split monogram, and that's this one here. You can't read it because I only have capital letters in the font, so you see the R, S. So I'm going to click that one, and I can either click on the page and just type the letter that I want, a capital F, or I could go to the preview screen and do the same thing. So I clicked away from the F, and I'm going to drag it onto the screen and resize it. Now I already had resized it previously to 10 inches, but what you can do is just drag the corners out to the size that you want it. If you have a tile that's smaller, you can just make it as big or as small as you want. So you can drag a corner arrow to get the size you want, or you can go select it with the top selection arrow, go to the W and H in this window, and then type in, I'll click this to keep the aspect ratio locked, and I'll just type in 10 and enter, apply. Now the width is 10 inches, and that's the main thing I'm concerned about. I'm going to move it up maybe to about a ½ inch here because I'm going to leave room at the bottom for some text. Now I want to use a different font, and for this one again I'll click away from this, click on the T. This time I'm going to click preview and type my text in here. Now this will be the text that's in the middle section. This is where I customize it, and I'm going to put it all in caps and type in Flanagan family. Now in this drop down arrow I can select a font. Now I don't want to use the same font because that's a huge monogram. What I want to do is get a serif font that kind of will coordinate with it. I like to use Caslon. I typed a C and it'll take me to the C's. Caslon BD BT. And I need the height to be 1 inch. And apply. So now I have my font here, my text, and what I want to do is overlap the size a little bit so that the top of the text is just over that line in the middle. Move it in so that the width lines up with these lines here. And if I click the W at the top, I can see it in wireframe, and I can use my magnifying glass to zoom in a little bit. I want to make sure that this text is just barely overlapping the line at the top and barely overlapping the line at the bottom, so that you can still identify the letters, and then resize it so that it's exactly as wide as these bars in the center. Now I can click the W to see what it'll look like when it's welded. Now I'm going to click on the zoom A, zoom to all. I'm going to add one other bit of information at the bottom. Here I'm going to do established and a date, but established is a long word, so I'm just going to do EST in caps period and the date when we were married, June 2nd, 1973, and then click on that top arrow again and drag this to the width, or I could just resize it to the same 10 inches that I resized the other two. And I can make this taller or just leave it. I think it's fine being about the 1 inch size. You can drag up or down as you desire. And then I'm going to select all, Control A, and I'm going to line these up so that they're all vertically aligned. And I'll click on the A so I can see all. Now when that looks the way I need it to look, then I can just click on Weld, and it will weld it all together. Now before I save it, I will probably undo Control Z so that I can add a different family name and still not have to redo the entire letter. But now it's ready to go. We can click on the W and look closely at these letters down here to make sure all of them are connected where they need to be, and it looks good. So we'll go back to everything, and then I'll save the file, save as, and just call this Flanagan Monogram. And save so that I can use it. Now if I'm cutting this out of vinyl, I will just click on the cutter icon, take it to the cutting control panel, and put my vinyl of the color that I want to cut it, and set my pressure to the vinyl setting. Do a low speed. I use a 2, and the blade recommendation according to what works with your test cuts. Be sure to do test cuts. My first cuts cut all the way through the backing, and you don't want to do that, so you need to determine what's the best blade extension and the best pressure for the type of vinyl that you are using. So then I would just send it to my cutter and cut it. So I hope this is helpful. Go to my blog, cuttercrafter.com, and grab the free font. Look through the instructions on how to assemble your tile. Have fun. It makes a great gift. Thanks for watching. Bye.